Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Tiabu. Soriyori is uploading for patrons, and that means it's time to do some more treasure hunting. This will be day 2 of actually sitting down and doing the treasure hunting thing. I've definitely missed some shows in the interim because my upload speed is absolutely horrifyingly bad, and I had to just like upload all of the videos for the last batch overnight, and I'm probably gonna have to do the same today. So I'm looking at, and I may have missed one or two, but I'm looking at 8 episode ones to start for today, which is what I would call a fucking lot. That's a lot. But okay, we've got 8 episode ones to watch. We're gonna watch some of them. There's no chance I'm gonna watch all 8. There is a chance I'm gonna watch all 8, but it's unlikely. That's a lot of shows. But we're gonna watch them. So we're gonna dive on into some episode ones, and we're gonna continue going in release order, or at the very least, the order that they are listed as start date wise on my anime list. Which starts us off after Kami no To, or Tower of God, from yesterday. Starts us off today with Sanzigen's Shin Sakura Taisen the animation, or Sakura Wars the animation. I had heard of Sakura Wars in passing. I had no idea what it was, so I googled it, and Wikipedia told me that it is a steampunk multimedia franchise, starting with video games and mostly video games. It seems to have elements of, like, character interaction-y stuff, some elements of adventure-y stuff, some elements of action-y stuff, all kinds of things, all in a 1940s-ish steampunk version of Japan, I guess. Okay, cool. That sounds neat. It's been around for a while, and the games are apparently popular. So I don't really know what this adaptation is trying to do. Is it just trying to be a good adaptation of the story of the games? Is it trying to get more people to play the games? I don't really know. But we haven't had the most luck with video game adaptations in the last couple of seasons, or at least for my personal opinion and the way that I interpret series. So I'm a little iffy on this one. I don't really know what to expect. But as usual, I went ahead and looked at the staff list and the people making it. It is Studio Sans again, not the most top tier of studios in the world, but not horrible either. They can do good stuff. Great. And it is being directed by Manabu Ono, and this is where I went, "Oh no. Oh no, it's Ono." You might recognize his name if you are familiar with the series Asterisk War, lovingly dubbed Ass War, because he directed it. And he also directed The Irregular at Magic High School, which is okay as far as series go. It's okay. Not my favorite. And also directed Sword Art Online Alicization. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now that being said, a lot of the flaws of Ass War and Alicization came from the original material and the original writing, and Sakura Wars is supposed to be pretty good, so maybe it'll be pretty good. I don't know. But having Manabu Ono as the director on staff doesn't fill me with the most confidence possible. It also doesn't make it an immediately terrible show. He's competent, I guess. But it's iffy. Okay. And the only other person who stood out on the list of staff members was the original character designer, who is Taito Kubo, which I didn't know was pronounced Taito. I went and looked that up because I wasn't sure. I thought it was Tite or Taite, but it's not. It's pronounced Taito. And if you don't know who that is, he wrote Bleach. You know, little manga. Might have heard of it. It's a thing. People know about it. Okay. So some cool character designs. Maybe. That's all I've got. Steampunk 1940s Japan stuff. Main character named Sakura, voiced by a Seiyu named Sakura. Neat. Let's watch it. So, I've got episode 1 of Sakura Wars the animation up and ready to go. It's sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you would like to sync up your own copy of the episode with the timer-based version, you are welcome to do so. Just get your copy ready because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you now. Alright, hit me with something good. Storm. Hey, that's almost the first non-cherry blossoms and sky start that we've had so far. Yay! That was CG. Alright, we are kidnapping a person from a train, and there is a flying person. What the fuck is happening? Those little jumps to CG are pretty well done. Pretty well hidden, at least. Like there. Gonna jump backward off it? Or something? What the fuck? Okay. Oh, that's a boy. I did not realize. Oh, alright, bye. And she's still in it. Nope. Big nope. Bye-bye. I don't know, because I don't know what the fuck is happening. Am I supposed to know what's happening? I feel like I'm not supposed to know what's happening, so I'm okay with that. So that's Wolf, I guess. Oh. Exposition, let's go. Oh. So they're... Oh. That's Sakura. And there go the pedals. And here's our OP. I don't much like this so far. There's something just kind of jank about all of the faces and the way the characters move. And I can't really figure out what it is. Was that... That wasn't an intentional Symphogear reference, right? No. That couldn't be. So they're both entertainers and superhero swords peoples. That, that, how much of this is CG? But that is, but that's not, but that is, but that's not, but that is. And that is. And that is. That's Wolf, right? Okay, and we got ourselves a big old crush. And he's already got a girl. Oh, jeez. Sorry for not talking too much about what's happening plot-wise. I mean, there isn't that much happening plot-wise, let's be real. It's pretty boring right now, but I am fascinated by the visual. Because that's CG. And that's CG. But it's unique. Okay. Alright, this is gonna sound so weird, but the vibe I get from this more than anything is Precure. It has to do with the CG. And the way it's being done. It's the same as the way that the last few Precure ending sequences have been done. The same type of CG. And it looks shockingly good. It's definitely narrowing the gap. But it's jank. It's just a little off in the back of my head. I don't know. And that was too. Oh. All right, can we get a move on? Can we get this plot thing going? Oh, is she the girl that they stole? Probably. Wolf brought her back. Got it. Okay. That did not click in my brain. It's all CG. Hmm? Ah. Oh. Oh, he's not Wolf. I'm so out of it now. Misawa? She grew up. She's just grown up Misawa from Eizouken. Oh. Hmm. I'm sure it's unrelated. All right, we're being targeted. And that one is Clara. Okay. But why? So she's caught in the middle of some kind of other conflict. Now we have to figure out what that conflict is and where we... Oh. There are demons. Dramatic music swell. Maybe she has angel blood or devil blood. I don't know. Which will bring Bring the pain down upon us. Probably. You just got friend zoned forever. The pacing is so slow. She can't say something in her sleep, or just having bad dreams? Just bad dreams. Or did she know something was happening before it happened? Oh, fuck. What is... Oh, Jesus. What? Okay, so this is just Symphogear now. Okay. I'm alright with that. Why? Just because you have dynamic camera because everything's CG doesn't mean you have to do flibbledy floops. You really don't need the flibbledy floops. They're unnecessary. Alright, we're in our mech. I guess we fight in mechs. I didn't realize we fought in mechs. You know what this reminds me of more than anything? Tenku Danzai Skelter Heaven, my favorite show of all time. Okay, we got mechs with swords, because that makes sense. Or steampunky, yeah. They're also kind of like chibi mechas, which is kind of cute. That's pretty cool. They're so ugly, though. They're so ugly, though. Alright, let's go cut a swath through these demons. Sure. Okay. Okay. Who else has a line? You have a line. There we go. I assume these are in-game skills. Some kind of magic, some kind of bombs. Big boomstick umbrella. Big hammer. Nothing wrong with a big hammer. Oh my god, it's a pre-cure finishing move. Did we win? Here we win. Sorry, I'm being facetiously bored. I'm not that bored, but oh, I'm close. I'm close. Ooh, ominous. Okay, and that's gonna be the end. All right, and we got it's 1:53, so there's an after credit. So I'm gonna stop here. Jump to the after credits. Not that I really care. All right, it's just a preview thing. Okay, cool, neat. We're done. Okay, so the first thing that caught my attention and held it throughout the episode, although nothing else in the episode did, was the art style and the manner and means by which it is animated. It's a lot of CG, like a lot of CG. Almost everything is CG. There are a couple of cuts that I couldn't tell, but almost everything is CG. And I thought it looked pretty good. Thought it looked pretty good for trying to do that kind of a full CG thing. Honestly, for comparison, the most recent full CG anime, or close to, or where they're using it heavily for characters and other things that we saw, was Dorohedoro. And I think that for the most part, for like simple character movements and like hair and clothing and just hitting angles on characters and stuff, I think this looks better than most of the stuff in Dorohedoro. Totally different programs that they're clearly using to make the CG look more 2D-ish. Clearly a very different program. I think what they're using for Sakura Wars is the same thing that's used in certain parts of Precure. Give me a minute. I'm gonna make a note for editing me. A editing fuckboy. Editing me. Sakura Wars edit 30 minutes. Okay, just gonna make a note there so that editing me goes and picks up on this. But I'm gonna go look for a particular cut from a Precure season that won't spoil anything, but will be maybe valuable for discussion. So I'll be back in a minute. Peace. Alright, fuck it. I couldn't find what I was looking for quickly, so I'll just say, there's a particular style of CG animation that Toei has developed over time for the Precure ending sequences and certain, like, inserted reusable bits of animation that they use, specifically for, like, finishing attacks and particular parts of henshins, like, later in the season henshins when they get power-ups. And the method that they use, or the program that they use to adapt those CG models to look 2D-ish, is very similar to what's on display throughout the course of this episode. And it's really unique, and I think it looks pretty good, but it also looks pretty janky. It just feels a little bit off. And maybe that has to do with it being kind of perfect. Like, the way that the shadows in between her fingers are all there, and the way the outlines on her fingers work, and the shadow that's cast by her hand all works. And it looks good. But it also looks kind of plastic. Like it's literally made of plastic. They all kind of look like Barbie ads. Maybe that sounds weird, and maybe that's a weird thing to get hung up on, but I found myself really unable to focus on the content of the show, because every scene, every shot, every time a character moves and their hair moves, I was like, wait a sec, what was that? What's going on here? What's going on there? Interesting. Definitely interesting looking. Now, all that said, I think this was a pretty shit first episode. And that's odd to say because it essentially follows the format of a first episode of a season of Symphogear. Start off, big conflict, in meteor res. We're unaware of the circumstances of the conflict, but it's happening. We fight it out. Conflict is resolved for temporarily and has some factor in playing into the rest of the events of the series that will continue on. In this case, we don't know it yet, but Clara will become a member of the team because of this little interaction that we have. Boom, jump to the Imperial Theater place, give us some expositional dialogue over top of everything, show us an OP. It's alright. I got nothing against the OP. Show us some villains, show us some good guys, show us some crazy action that doesn't make any sense because it's just CG bullshit fight. Great. And introduced us to the concept of this review, a theater performing troupe that is also the national guard of sorts of the world against demons, I guess, which are essentially noise, and they show up. And so we've got a bunch of performing arts girls who are also fighty people. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. But it takes us so long to deliver that information. And then we get this singing sequence, which doesn't really tell a story that means anything to us as the audience. We just see it through Clara's eyes, and she's like, wow, this is so cool, I want to do that. But it's kind of boring. Yeah, it's kind of boring. And to make another direct comparison, you look at the way that Symphogear does its live shows when it does them in episode 1s, and they're bombastic and crazy and awesome, but more importantly, they're almost always a key part of the plot. As in, stuff happens at the live shows, and I won't spoil anything, but a lot of stuff happens when Symphogear girls put on a live show. Nothing happens in this one. They just do it because it's there, and because that's part of the way that they're written as characters. That's like what they're supposed to be doing, and so they do it. And I don't care. We find out that our main girl is super into her, I guess, superior officer, Seijudo, whatever. He doesn't know or notice or care, one of the above. But she's super into him, and I don't care at all. Girl is here. He's a solid grown up. I think that's amazing that they happen to land on that as her hairstyle. That's wonderful. Episode was worth watching just for that. Okay, and then we sit around a table for a while, talking about the nature of things, and I guess we're under attack now. All right. Oh, and then we get the moment where they all say a line, because demons just invade out of nowhere. Just boom, they're here. Because we have to have a fight in the first episode, some kind of fight. Besides the opening, like cold open into battle sequence, which gives us the some stuff. We got to see our characters fight. We got to see them suit up, you know? That's what we need to see. So they get into their really ugly armored short squat oh shit, what are those things called? It's not Lego. It's with the masks and the fucking, oh man. Bionicles. That I nailed it. Knew it. Bionicle. Ah, they look like fucking bionicles. What are the little short ones? The short bionicles. I don't know. They're like little mini short ass bionicle creatures, and that's exactly what these things look like. Shit. All right. Anyway, I think they're pretty ugly, and I don't like their design very much. But we do the whole launch sequence that we're gonna do. We get some stancy posy things. We see an army of dragon monster things. Every single girl gives themselves a line. I assume that these are probably like lines from the game. Like if you click on the character, maybe before you confirm them, they say like, "Off I go. Thanks for picking me." You know, stuff like that. So maybe it's a little Easter egg for people who give a shit, but I don't. It's just kind of annoying. And then we show off that each of their mechs is different and can do different things while they explode dinosaur monsters into really ugly pink CG explodey things. Yeah. It's kind of... Nah. It's kind of nah. This gets a strong nah from me. Maybe it'll pick up in the future, but it didn't do anything, like, well enough. The character designs aren't unique enough for me to give a shit about them. The characters themselves are so thin at the moment because we introduced like 5 of them in this episode. Our main character has only one piece of actual, like, characterization to her, which is that she's sort of in love with her commanding officer, and jealous preemptively of anyone else getting close to him. And she cares, right? She cares about the thing that he said about them being a family. She was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's great." So she's a softie. Everybody else is paper thin. Almost ironic because they're 3D. The action sequences that we saw did nothing for me. Felt no hype. The music that we heard did nothing for me. Felt nothing from it. I just don't care. I just don't care. And there are too many things that are, like, genuinely off-putting to me, like the designs of the mechs and the way that we're setting up this cast and the weird CG monster things and just the weird CG everywhere. There's just too much. I'm gonna take a hard, long pass on Sakura Wars the animation. Okay, well, it was still an interesting watch because I wasn't sure what the hell was going on tech-wise to make this thing move. But it's a lot of CG stuff, and that's kind of neat. I do think that it's a good thing that CG technology is improving, and that we're closing the gap a bit between what traditional 2D animation is capable of and what CG is capable of. At least in terms of, like, character faces and conveying emotion and good stuff like that. I don't think we're there yet, and I don't think this works. Okay. That'll be it. That's my take on Sakura Wars the Animation Episode 1. Done, on to the next one. What is next? I think it's Arte, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna watch the next thing. So, thanks for watching. If you really like this, I have nothing against you. It's fine. I just didn't like it. So, yeah, that's it. I'll see ya in whatever I watch next. Peace.